don't want the pilgrims to be taken by surprise. We want them to be aware that this exists, and when they go to Saudi Arabia, there are no surprises.
By Kebaka, the Amirul Hajj described Hajj as an obligatory pillar of Islam, which every Muslim should undertake in their lifetime. Dr. Carr dilated on the need to be spiritually prepared to perform the Hajj for Allah's sake, and joining the would-be pilgrims to avoid vices that may vitiate their Hajj. The Deputy Amirul Hajj, Al-Haji Abdullah Fati, urged the people to assist each other during what he called a demanding and tedious journey and be each other's keeper. The intending pilgrims were also urged to be prepared by monitoring TV and radio, as all relevant information will be communicated to them on the media. The departure of these would-be pilgrims is expected from the 30th of September to the 7th of October. Mamadou Diallo, GRTS.
Meanwhile, the Hajj simulation exercise continued on Sunday at various parts of the Kanifing Municipal Council, designated as Makkah and Medina. Abubakar Dabo followed proceedings and filing this report.
The Hajj training of this year's intended pilgrims took the over 1,000 would-be pilgrims first to the buffer zone, which is designated as Medina, where head guides taught the men and women how to use the two-cloth ihram before boarding on the buses to the Independence Stadium, represented as Mecca. Here, intended pilgrims were taken through the demanding task of circumambulating the Mock Kaaba and jogging between Safa and Marwa each 7 times. The Independence Stadium today took the position of a makeshift Mecca, where intended pilgrims are brought to be trained on the fundamental rites of one of Islam's most important pillars, which is Hajj. As you can see, they are undertaking one of the most important rites, which is called the running between the Safa and Marwa, which is done usually 7 times before pilgrims will retire for other key functions in the Hajj. From the stadium, the group proceeded to the Fajara beach, where different posts were fixed to represent Arafat, Mina, Muzdalifah, and Jamra. The exercise here were tedious and really tested the preparedness of intended pilgrims towards the holy journey. The chairman of GIA Hajj team and the chairman of the Hajj Commission, Lamin Cham and Dr. Mbaika respectively, hailed the positive role played by all stakeholders to make this year's preparation a success.
As the saying goes, through practice you can gradually gain perfection, and the level of cooperation that we have received from the intending pilgrims is very, very good. So far they have undergone all the necessary rites attached to Hajj, and we think that they will replicate the same thing when they go to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
I'm very impressed of what I saw since yesterday, because the pilgrims, I understand that there is a big improvement of identifying who should go to Mecca. So the guys also, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, they understand now how to walk with the pilgrims. So thanks to the Ministry of Health for their job well done, because of I understand that the screening this year is better than last year, and also the guides, they understand it. Every year we see improvement on their works, and I understand that all the pilgrims, male and female, they all appreciate what is going on. Yes.
The exercise, according to intended pilgrims like Tombong Sise, Fatu Jallo and Lang Sabali, has prepared them mentally and physically to perform their rites in Mecca and Medina. What officials now expect after a 2-day intensive training is a hitch-free Hajj that will be memorable to everyone that undertook the journey to Mecca this year. Abubakar Dabo, GRTS.
The leader of the Rainbow Push Coalition, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and 8 others arrived in the Gambia on Sunday afternoon. The veteran American civil rights leader, who is on a visit, was received at the foot of the aircraft by the Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Dr. Njogu Elba, who also doubles as the Minister of Presidential Affairs and National Assembly Matters, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Modlamin Jobate, and the U.S. Ambassador to the Gambia. Reverend Jackson is expected to meet the President, His Excellency, Chair Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, during his stay. From there, we take our first break. We'll be right back.
What's your AfriCell number?
773.
What's your mobile number?
735.
What's your your number?
My number is 215.
2? You mean 72?
No, it's 2, and I am AfriCell 2.
AfriCell 2?
is AfriCell 2. AfriCell introduces the new AfriCell series, the number 2.
Welcoming the number 2 to the AfriCell family.
From now on, the AfriCell lines will not only start with the number 7, but also with the number 2.
Get a new AfriCell SIM card now that starts with the number 2.
So now I can get an AfriCell number that starts with the number 2?
Yes. And when you receive a call from a number starting with the number 2, it's one of the new AfriCell lines calling you. My mobile number is 2, and
we are AfriCell 2!
Welcome back. The Young Journalists Association of the Gambia on Sunday celebrated its 5th anniversary. The program held at the Gambia Press Union head office offered celebrants the opportunity to reflect on the achievements recorded by the media organization.
Reporting. It also conducted a series of training on basic journalism for its associated press club at the Gambia College, Newsrat, St. Augustine, Kotu, and Amite Senior Secondary Schools. It is also customary that executives, members of WIJAC, tour media houses in the country to discuss with media chiefs about the plight of young journalists in the country. During these tours, media chiefs are urged to improve the salaries of staff, improve the rates for stories from freelancers, and to provide in-house training for young journalists as well. We believe such motivational actions will enable young journalists to carry out their duties professionally and with determination. Some media houses have responded positively to this.
That was Modu S. Juf talking about some of the achievements recorded by the Young Journalists Association of the Gambia. We hope to bring you that report in our 10 o'clock news bulletin. Over now to news beyond our borders. At a time when warring factions in Mali are showing no signs of giving up, authorities in French Guinea have seized an armed shipment that was headed to Mali. The shipment, which was ordered by the ousted President Amadou Toumani Touré when he was in power, could not reach the country on time. However, the Guinean government intercepted the shipment and reported the matter to the Economic Community of West African States to decide over the fate of the arms docked at the Conakry ports. We have details in this report.
For weeks, this arms shipment has been kept aboard a Turkish cargo ship at Conakry's port. The arsenal had been bound for Mali. It was former President Amadou Toumani Touré who ordered the arms, but after power changed hands, authorities were at a loss as to what to do with them. Erring on the side of caution, Guinean authorities decided to turn to the Economic Community of West African States for advice.
The decision to hold the arms shipment here was one taken by the head of ECOWAS, who decided to keep the arms in Guinea in order to monitor the situation in Mali and to ensure that they do not end up in enemy hands.
The decision to halt the shipment sparked anger among Mali's military, who have since sent envoys to Conakry to meet with the Guinean authorities and the ECOWAS delegation.